In this video, I will show you how to add Apple App Store reviews to your WordPress website quickly and easily. The first thing that we need to do is open up Elfsight. This is the tool that we will be using to build the widget, and I've linked it in the description below. Go ahead and click on that link and it will take you straight over to this page. This link also ensures that everything connects properly when we embed it. From here, just enter your email into this box to sign up for free, and then on this next page, create your password. Just like that, we are signed up and ready to go. Okay, so once we have created an Elfsight account and we have access to all of the Elfsight widgets, the widget that we are specifically looking for is the Apple App Store reviews. So the easiest way to find this is just to come up to search widgets right here, and then we can type in Apple. And just like this, the first one that is going to appear is the Apple App Store reviews. So this is the widget that we need. Let's go ahead and click into this, and it's now going to ask us to choose a template, and we have a few different templates over here on the left hand side. So we have like a badge template where people can click in and it opens up the reviews on the side of the website. We have a slider where people can scroll along and they can see the different reviews. We have a dark carousel, a masonry layout, a list. So just choose the one that you think looks the best, and then we can click continue with this template. In here, it's now going to ask for the source. So what we need to do is we need to enter your Apple App Store link to display the reviews. So to get this, we just want to go over to your app on the Apple App Store, and then we can click into this and copy and paste this link. And this is the same game that they showed earlier, but what this is going to do is drag in your reviews. We can then choose if we want this AI generated summary. So essentially Elfsight's going to look through all of these reviews and then use the AI to give like a breakdown of what people are saying. We can also go into filters and we can choose things like if we want to show the reviews without text. And what this means is it doesn't mean that it's going to remove the text, but if there's any reviews in here where somebody's just left 5 stars and they haven't put any text, it's going to display these as well. Whereas if we turn this off, it's only going to show reviews that have text in them. We can then choose what ratings we want to show. So we can say we want to show any rating, only 5 stars, only 4-star and above, and things like this. We can then choose the total number of reviews to show. So we can choose a limited number or show them all. And then we can even go in here and we can choose if we want to exclude some reviews, if we have like names of people who are spamming us, or if we have any keywords that we don't want to show on here. We can enter these all in, and we can do the same for include. We can also go to sorting, and we can choose to sort by most recent or random, and that is how we can set up the source area. Then we want to come down to layout, and in here we can choose the layout that we want to go with. So you might want to flick through or just stick with your original choice. We can then come down and customize the layout. I don't really recommend this. The only one I recommend playing around with in here is the rows. So for example, if I want to show 3 rows of reviews, I can do that right there. And then we can also choose the amount of rows shown on mobile. Coming down, we can then choose if we want to autoplay, and if we turn this on, what this means is it's going to auto scroll every however often we set here. So as you can see with this on, every second this is now going to auto scroll. This can get quite annoying whilst we're editing, so I'm just going to turn this off. Then we can choose things like pagination, which is this at the bottom, if we want to turn this on or if we want to turn this off. We can choose the navigation arrows at the side if we want these on or off, if we only want to show the arrows when people hover over this or not, and if these are enabled on mobile. So these are the main things we need in layout. We can then go down to the header and we can choose like the header layout and how this is going to look. So I think let's go for this one. I think the original looks fantastic. We can choose what elements are in here, what we want to keep and what we want to remove. We can also choose the widget title. If this is on or off, we can choose a title and a caption underneath this. And then we can go down and we can edit the layout of the reviews as well, if we would like, as well as how the review source is going to show up. So I think this looks fantastic. Finally, we can then go down to style, and this is where we can choose the color scheme if we have a light or dark website. We can choose the accent color. So if I change this to orange, you can see the accent is going to change. And then down here, we can go in and we can play around with things like the background if you want a specific background color on this. And we can also play around with like the widget title colors, the fonts and things like this. So I would recommend going in and customizing these elements to make it look how you would like it to look. Once we have all of this created and our reviews are now set up, all we have to do is click on publish in this top right corner. And then Elfsight is going to take us over to this screen where we can now choose a plan. Now, the plan that you go for is going to depend on how many monthly website views you get. So we can see with Pro, we can get up to 50,000 monthly website views. With Basic, this is going to allow us up to 5,000 monthly website views. And Elfsight also has this free plan. This is awesome if you have a small website or if you just want to test Elfsight out. But this is pretty limited with only 200 monthly website views. And this also comes with Elfsight branding. So if you do get a bit of traffic to your website and you would like to put this live, I recommend going for one of these paid plans. They are absolutely awesome. Once you have selected your plan, Elfsight is then going to give us this code. And this code is how we are going to embed the reviews onto your WordPress website. It's very easy to do. So all we need to do is click on copy code. Then we can open up, we can go to the WordPress editor right here. Of course, open up the page you want to add this to. And we just scroll down to where we want to add these. So I'll add mine right here. Then all we need to do is click on this plus icon and search for HTML. And then we can drag in this custom HTML element, just drop this in, and then we click and paste in the code that we just copied. So this is all now set up. This HTML code that you can see right here, this is only visible on the backend when we are in the editor. And on the actual website, this is going to be replaced with the reviews that we just created. So to show you this, we can go up and click on save, and then we can view the site. And now if we scroll down to where we added these, as you can see, the reviews have now been added to our WordPress website.